everyone, welcome back. It is time for our fourth and final review of the week. We are covering the PlayStation Showcase that Campo's hats were. No, we're not covering the PlayStation Showcase. We're doing TNA
We're covering
against,
the Atari showcase.
yes, the Butterbeer annual pub crawl, okay?
Nice.
Yes. No, we're covering TNA Against All Odds. Like I said last time, we are not covering the Phil Collins song. Great song, but it's not Phil Collins is great. Underrated, man.
I mean, is he underrated? He made Land of Confusion.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Okay, greatest singer drummer of all time. Would you put it as Phil Collins or would you put Dave Grohl?
Phil Collins.
Yeah,
I
as
think
an
Phil Collins is a better drummer and a better singer.
yes, Dave Grohl can do it all, but in
Dave
terms of like,
Grohl is extremely talented. I just
yes,
think Phil Collins, like without Phil Collins, there's no Genesis,
yeah,
and
even
then
though
there's
Phil
no.
Collins was the replacement singer,
Well, he was the drummer.
he was their drummer when Peter Gabriel left the band.
I mean, yeah. Well, there's no continuation.
Yeah, yeah, Genesis is done without Phil Collins. Yes, and that's when they hit their height. Invisible Touch, Land of Confusion.
I mean, Sledgehammer is like one of the greatest songs of all time.
Yeah, yeah. In
And if he
your
didn't leave,
eyes.
we don't get that.
Yes. Or Games Without Frontiers.
Hey, I
That's a
like
good
what you're
tune too.
doing
Yeah.
here.
Shock the Monkey.
I like the stuff you're doing here.
Yeah, yeah. But we're not talking about if you want a dedicated Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel Genesis video, let me know in the description box below. I will get that out for you because I am a huge Genesis fan. But let's get back to the product at hand. With me once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, everything else in between. His stuff, including his new Twitter handle, will be down in the description box below. So make sure you go and give this guy a follow. He needs the support. Let's give him a week before he gets banned again. But with that, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, follow us on Spotify, all that stuff. Um, TNA Against All Odds. We open up with a pre-show. The Elegance brand against Zaya Brookside, Harley Hudson, and Myla Grace, finally.
Yeah. Okay. So it's very clear to me, and it will come up again later, that
Hmm.
not that there's going to be belts, but they're trying to have a clear three three people group women's division.
Yes,
They
they're
want to
trying to
have
build that.
they want to have like a trios women's trios groups.
Yeah,
Like everyone seems to be paired off into threes now.
yeah.
And this match was fine. It was fine. I liked it.
For an opener, like we said, we don't judge on the pre-show match, right? So
But then what happened?
we get a returning inspiration,
And
iconics, whatever you want to call them,
the
right?
Iconics, and guess who they're gonna pair them with? Indy Hartwell.
Well, well, she wasn't she on commentary on this show
Yeah,
on this
that's
match?
where I was
So
gonna go with it later, but I might as well just do it now.
yeah,
Like you can, there's the clear. They have the Elegance trio,
yeah. And now you have Zaya with her crew, and now you have the inspiration as they're called in
and then
TNA.
you just need one more person for the Jody Threat group, and then that's three people.
No, they can't.
They can as long as there's three of them.
Oh, so they're not Spitfire anymore. Spitfire can disband, but you can bring Danny Palmer back, and
You can have three people, and
yeah.
then you can have your heel one that has.
Oh, they're gonna bring back Jungle Juice with Rosemary.
I mean, you could. You can, and then you can
Who's the other
have.
member of that group?
I don't know. It could be anybody.
Yeah,
You let it be Tatum Paxley. Who cares? And then you
yeah.
can do the girl from not the substance. What are they called? The system.
Oh, Alicia Edwards,
And against the Victoria, whatever her name is, and Tessa
Tessa.
Blanchard. That's a trio,
There you go.
a heel
But
trio. And then guess
this
what?
was fun.
Masha Slamovich and friends.
And friends. We'll talk about that later. The show opens though. After that, the Elegance brand wins. I like the term. They're no longer Ash Heather. It's the Elegance brand. I like that. It's kind of cute. But
I'm very very much behind, and not in the way
yeah,
Putty wants to be
yeah.
Heather by Elegance. Like I'm not going to stop
Not
talking about
Dana,
it
not
because
Dana Brooke, the other one.
yeah, I
Because
think
Dana,
she's so
she's impressed
talented.
me too. Yeah,
I
but so
think
is
she
Ash.
then you
Ash
did
would.
yeah. I don't. The third one is shit. I don't even know who that is. You guys keep
M by
telling me.
Elegance.
I've
She doesn't
never.
even have a wiki entry yet, so it's
Yeah.
she's nobody important. But the show opens up with your boy Steve Macklin against Mance Warner for the TNA International Championship.
Um, a really clunky match where multiple occasions I thought one of them was gonna die.
Yeah,
There was
Mance
once
Warner doesn't work in this type of a match. Mance Warner needs to be in a plunder match.
even not even that. He needs to be against someone who's not so slow paced and like technical wrestly.
Yeah,
He needs to be with someone who's like going to be physical during the match. Where this was really odd. There was a few like suplexes where someone almost fell on their head. There was the spot off the top ropes where Mance Warner slipped and
yeah,
Steve Macklin caught him before he fell off the top.
broke his neck.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was very awkward, is a good word I'd put it.
yeah, it was a clunky match.
Yeah,
It wasn't
but
definitely not the worst thing I've seen, but
yeah.
didn't.
Burt Macklin does retain. So with that,
I
our
don't even
next,
care about this belt
yeah,
at all.
yeah, they created this belt just to put on Burt Macklin because they'll never give him the heavyweight belt.
Well, I mean, they did, and that was surprising enough. They did it
Yeah,
just to keep Deonna Purrazzo, and they couldn't even do that.
yeah. And now Deonna Purrazzo wants out of
I don't blame her. What is she doing?
nothing, nothing. They signed Purrazzo so nobody else can have her, basically.
The fact that you have three women's belts, four women's belts, four women's belts,
And they're all on Monet.
and they're all locked up is crazy.
Yeah,
Like that, no, Tony Storm has had that belt for a while. Monet has had the belt for a while.
a year.
Athena's had the belt forever, and no one
Yeah.
remembers that the women's television belt exists in Ring of Honor.
Does anybody even know who the champion is right now?
Why wouldn't Taya Valkyrie or Purrazzo be the champion? Why is it like Red Velvet? Why isn't it Queen Aminata? Why the fuck is it Red Velvet? I don't know who
Yeah,
it is. I'm just gonna
it
keep
is. I
saying
think
it's
it
Red
is. It
Velvet.
is Red Velvet.
Like give it to you might as well give it to Layla Gray.
Layla is she even? Oh yeah, she's with the Alpha Flight Boys or whatever they're called. Alpha Bravo, whatever they're called. They got some stupid names.
They're just fucking
Army
listen.
cadets.
Leo Rush and Action Andretti, the two Minnesota guys. What the fuck are they called?
Two Minnesota guys.
Top Flight,
Top Flight. Yeah, yeah.
AR Fox, and then the two Army guys are all the exact same wrestler.
Yes,
Like exact. I don't even know what the difference is between
they're
them.
all clones of Private Party.
And then Lee Moriarty and Big Shotty Lee Johnson are the exact same wrestler as well. And I don't mean
Yeah,
that because they look. No, I mean like when you watch them wrestle,
yeah. You can't tell them
can't tell the
apart.
difference between them.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. But off topic there. Um, our next match: the Hardys, Leon Slater, and Hometown Man.
Oh, that was fun. Come on.
Yes, which is Cody Deaner,
Yeah.
clearly. But against the system, Moose, JDC, Eddie Edwards, and Brian Myers, they are really pushing. Like the Hardys have really taken to Leon Slater.
I like it a lot. And
Hmm.
I like the hometown guy. What was it? Hometown man?
Hometown Man, yeah.
I like that they did the hometown man thing, the reverse of what's happening with Chad Gable, where in WWE the heel commentators is like, that's not Chad Gable, that's El
But it
Blanco
isn't.
Gattori.
It's Julius Creed in some of the matches.
Either way, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
right? But in this, it was the opposite. It was the
yeah.
face guy was like, that's not Cody Deaner, that's
That's
hometown
Hometown
man.
Man. And the
Um,
crowd like got so behind it. This was actually fun.
the first of all, TNA has once again since like 2009
Hmm.
figured out what their audience is. And the
Yeah,
vibe in this arena was peak TNA. It was one of
yeah,
the best experiences I've had watching a TNA show
yeah,
in terms of vibes.
yeah.
This match was not that good of a match, but
No,
the fun factor existed so strongly that I
yeah.
didn't care.
Exactly. And the fact that they're actually pushing Leon Slater, he got the pin on Moose. We are probably going to get
He's gonna
Leon
win.
Slater and he's going to win. Yeah.
He's
And
gonna
he's
win before he breaks the record.
yes. It's going to be at Slammiversary, I think, which is at the end of the month. Two
Yeah.
weeks.
Because they
Yeah.
keep talking about him breaking the record, and I think the whole
But they
point
also
of
keep
that is
talking
so
about
we
how
know.
Leon Slater can be the youngest X Division champion
Yeah,
ever.
so I think that's the selling point, right? One guy
Yeah.
will be the youngest, and you're gonna do it before what you think Moose is trying to do. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna keep Moose the champion so he breaks the record, and he's not gonna break the record.
No, and that's the proper booking because like I said, Slater gets the win on this match, which was fun. I really like that's the thing. Like take a match I don't care about and put something behind it that makes me enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like the AEW in the last like couple months has figured out their audience as well again.
Hmm.
It feels like back when I first started watching AEW and they really understood what the product that they were putting on. They get
Yeah.
it now. Smaller, extremely loud, raw, indie feeling venues is where you belong.
Yeah.
It's where these people get that uh that those vibes, not like fake sound pumping. Like you're not
Yeah.
that you're not that.
Yeah.
Be
That's exactly.
Japanese. Like watch just watch Kenny versus anyone in Japan and the way
Yeah.
the matches build up and the crowds keep getting louder and louder and louder and you're just like this is
And then
like
towards the end of the
this
match, you hear them all yelling,
this is
Kenny.
just, that's what wrestling is to
Yeah.
me.
Like at first it's just like
Yeah,
so
it's like
polite.
a story, a building story.
Yeah. Just watch anything Noah does right now and how they tell a story.
Yeah, that's true.
Go watch our Noah review that happened this past Tuesday, and
Yes,
you'll
do that.
understand why. Um, so with that, Leon Slater does win. We got Mustafa Ali against Jason Hotch. Um,
I
I
didn't
don't
know Jason
understand.
Hodge was that good.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what they're doing with this. Are they teasing Mustafa Ali, pushing everybody away? Who is Tasha Steelz talking to on the phone?
What is this about? I don't know any
Yeah.
of this. I
They
don't
just they
watch.
just started this group. You're already breaking them up?
I don't want to ever watch the weekly show, but
Yeah.
it's and TNA surprisingly now that they've become more popular has become harder to follow what's happening. I guess
Yeah.
because they're crossing over with WWE, so there's so much more storylines happening. But like it
Yeah.
used to be so easy, you could in like 10 minutes at the end of the week, you could get your whole
Yeah. Too
storylines
many
told to
irons
you.
in the fire right now.
Yeah, and it's like it's hard to keep up with what's happening. But I don't care about this storyline at all. I think
Yeah.
this match was way better than it should have been, and I
Yeah.
think Good Hands Guy was. I was expecting him to be really bad, and he's actually pretty good.
Yeah. He's a good hand.
Yeah, he was a good hand.
So with that, Mustafa Ali obviously wins this match. Gone on longer than it should have, though. It shouldn't have been 14 minutes.
Way too long.
Yeah. Masha Slamovich defending the TNA Knockouts World Championship against Lei Ying Lee. They
I
hit each other hard in this
They
match.
did, and it wasn't a bad match, but it was too boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there was a
I
lot of rest spots.
yeah, I it wasn't believable that Lee was gonna win this match.
No.
Not at all.
But it was
Uh,
like I don't want to call it bad because it wasn't bad, but it
no.
also I expected it to be like they were building it up like it was going to be really special, and
Yeah,
it was
and
just
this
like
is only
whatever.
like halfway through the show at this point. Usually Masha Slamovich is later in the show.
Yeah, like
But
I expected more, man. And Masha's still really good. I'm not taking it away from her. I just
yeah,
they really pushed this match. Like she called her out, blah
yeah.
blah blah. Li Ying, whatever the fuck her name is,
Lei Ying Lee,
was
Z- Xia Li, and
she was like on a really good run leading into this match, and
yeah,
then it was just kind of like okay,
yeah. It was kind of lackluster. Like someone let the air out of the balloon.
yeah.
Yeah, but Slamovich retains, and Killer Kelly returns.
Yeah. So I think you're going to get a match here,
They're
and then
gonna a reforming MK Ultra.
I think the three of people that are in this match are going to become another trio.
MK Ultra.
MK Ultra featuring Lee.
Yeah. But yeah, I could see that. Frankie Kazarian versus Joe Hendry. First thing I put is Joe's lost all momentum.
Yeah, and this match was so bad, not just boring. It was actually
A
bad.
bad match, yeah.
Like
Which is
one
too
star.
like especially like Kazarian, who is a serviceable wrestler. Oh, by the way, my sign does work again.
Oh, hey,
At least
sign.
at least today again. But yeah, Kaz is a good serviceable guy for putting people over. He's good for enhancing young talent, but for some reason this match was I couldn't. To me, Joe Henry lost all momentum. I don't care about Joe Henry anymore. There's nothing that would make me want to support him.
There's nothing I wanted to watch less in my life than Frankie Kazarian versus Joe Hendry.
Yeah. And especially now that there's no title involved.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
literal poo poo. This is a bathroom match.
Yep, absolutely. Kazarian wins. Yay. You're just really stifling Joe now. The Nemeth brothers against the Rascals. This was good.
Ish.
Yeah.
I like it's fine. I thought it would be better. I was actually pretty excited to watch this match when I
Hmm.
didn't even know what was happening, and I thought it would be better, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Ryan Nemeth really can't wrestle.
Yeah,
Like
he's nowhere near his brother's talent.
no, I mean like he literally cannot wrestle, but he can. He knows
His
it's
role.
it's weird that he has the ability to take spots the way
Hmm.
that he does so well and professionally, but then
Yeah.
when he tries to do offense, he literally cannot wrestle.
Yeah.
Like he takes spots like Stone Cold, but then
Yeah.
wrestles back like a celebrity wrestler that just showed up for like he like Drew
Like
Carey
Snoop
showed up.
Dogg.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I don't understand how this is possible.
Yeah. But the Nemeth brothers retain.
I
Yay.
expected that.
Whatever.
Where do you go
Um,
from now, from here? Because what other tag teams do you have? Do they
yeah, you
fight?
just killed any momentum the Rascals had.
Yeah. So what do they do? Fight the Hardys again?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Um, Santino Marella versus Sheriff Stone with Matt Cardona as the special guest referee. The winner will become officially TNA's Director of Authority.
It was fun. I had a fun time, but it was poo.
Yes, but what I put here though was is this is what you put as your buffer match between your main event.
You just had a buffer match 2 matches ago. You should have just put that doo-doo
That's
match
true.
over here.
Yeah, that's true. This shouldn't have been as high up on the card as it was. I mean, I love Santino, don't get me wrong. But yeah, this match was
And
not.
like we don't need the things like thank God that Stone had the wherewithal to like realize that Ariana Grace was not going to get on the apron. So when she
Yeah,
tried for the second time, he like tossed her away so it looked realistic like oh she's actually trying but she just
yeah,
can't get there rather than her literally not being able to get up
to
on
get
the
there.
apron.
Yeah. At one point, Santino goes for the Cobra. Tessa Blanchard steals it and runs away. Kind of like that. That was kind of funny.
The
I just don't
axe
like. I just don't like Tessa Blanchard in the comedy spots. Tessa Blanchard is supposed to be your badass
yeah,
heel, and
it doesn't make sense.
it
But the
doesn't make sense.
Victoria dropped a wicked fucking axe kick. Like that was awesome.
Yes. Yeah. The only
But
good
yeah,
thing Victoria's done in TNA. And then Ariana pulls out a second Cobra, and Santino gets the win. Yay.
whoopity doo.
Yeah. Main event. Trick and A Williams versus Elijah, as they're calling him now.
Are you ready?
You like this match?
No, no, no. This match was bad. And guess what? It was not Trick Williams' fault. I, for
No.
once, will sit here and tell you that I actually expected a decent match because it was Trick Williams. And the way
Yeah.
they've been building up Elijah, I figured this can't be that. There's no way it's going to be bad. Elijah's movement is so slow. He
Yeah.
reminded me of a Divas era women's wrestler with those walking punches where he's like winding
Yeah.
up for like the whole time and then swings at nothing. And you're like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
And
Like a
couldn't,
Kelly Kelly type of thing.
yeah, Trick couldn't pull off any of his fast paced maneuvers because Elijah's
This is
so
so
slow.
slow. Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
this match was really bad. Not as bad as Joe Hendry versus Kazarian, but
Yeah.
like, I'm not even tricking this. Trick deserved way better than this. This
Yeah.
is silly, goofy shit. I don't understand.
Yeah. And what I find even goofier is like the whole TNA locker room is watching this. Elijah needs to bring back the belt to TNA.
And now they're telling like the secondary storyline where like Eric Young is going to be the savior. Like, no, it should not be Eric Young.
No. Is he a heel or is he a face again? I don't know.
Who's your top guy? You don't have a top guy.
No, you just chopped Joe Hendry down.
You literally do not have a top guy because Arian's too old. Eric Young's too old. You can't top guy either one of
No.
them. There has to be somebody that they're just about to sign that we don't know about.
Braun
Maybe
Strowman.
AJ Styles is going to come back and win the belt. A real TNA guy.
Under TNA original. You know what? I'll take that.
I would love that. That would make me
Like,
so
especially that
happy.
storyline they're telling with him and Karrion Cross right now. He's gonna get so fed up that he's gonna leave WWE and go back to TNA, even though he's still contracted to WWE.
And that's huge for both companies because now you have a title on one of your big guys for WWE and for AEW or for TNA, You've attached your title to one of the biggest names in the history of your company.
Yeah.
One of the greatest wrestlers of all time. AJ Styles
Yes.
is in the GOAT conversation.
Yes, he has to be. Has to
In the
be.
modern era of GOAT, not in the
John Cena way.
not in the specific, very, very hyper specific WWE GOAT style of like yesteryear where you need to be able to cut an amazing promo to be a GOAT. Like
But
John Cena can cut great promos. He can't wrestle.
yeah.
AJ Styles is gonna give you a banger match. I don't care
Yeah.
if he cuts a promo or
Nah.
not.
That I'd like to see. That give me a returning AJ
You know
Styles.
what? Maybe just don't open every episode of Dynamite with a stupid fucking promo from your guy who can't cut a promo and just let him wrestle.
Right. That would be like cutting every week, cutting having AJ Styles cut a promo opening.
Yeah, like why I don't get it why you would do that. Anyways, we're way off topic.
Yes. This match was bad, not on the level of
Trick didn't deserve this.
yes. And we're not the biggest Trick fans either.
No, I'm not. I'm an Obafemi fan before I'm a Trick fan.
And I don't like Obafemi either.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean this was bad. All in all, I gave this a 6-4.
I gave it a 6.5, so that was pretty close.
Yeah. So
It's even the matches that we liked at the end of the show.
couldn't save
I
it.
was left with a feeling of like, even like the last TNA show, why was I watching any of these matches? There's no reason any of these matches are happening. You didn't slap Frankie Kazarian and Joe Hendry together because you thought it would be a good match, and there's no storyline. So what
Yeah.
was the reason for
Because
this?
they've already had their title match and he
Exactly.
lost.
At least if I'm watching AEW or Japan, when they slap two random guys together, they know it's because those two guys are going to have a good match.
Yeah.
In
Like
what world was Joe Hendry having a good match
no,
with?
it's like going back to our Noah review the other day, right? Katoge versus Super Delphin. Who would have known that match would have been amazing?
Yeah, what are you talking? The high, what was it? Not Hayata.
Yohei
The Yohei match. Who was expecting that to be a banger?
against the yeah. Like
It's to me, it's just I don't to replace Joe Hendry with Elijah is crazy to me. So you took away his. I mean, he's not that Elijah's not that bad at cutting a promo, but you took away his like magnetic promo ability
yeah,
and gave us the exact same wrestler who's not a good wrestler. Like Joe
yeah.
Hendry's not a good wrestler.
He's
He's
average.
serviceable.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. It's not wasn't I don't know. TNA do better.
TNA just sign Ninja Mac and give him the belt.
Hell, I'll take that. You know
Yeah,
what? You know what? You know what would make me watch WWE Speed? Bring in Ninja Mac and make him the Speed champion
yeah, that's fine. You know what would make me watch TNA weekly? If you bring back Okada and make him Kato again. And
against
like
AJ Styles.
against AJ
Make it happen.
Styles.
Make it
Make it
happen.
happen.
Make it happen. And bring back what's his name there? Ishimori and
Just
Sonata.
figure it out. Let's get Kenta back on NXT.
Hmm.
Okay. And then we'll go from there.
And then we'll talk.
Then we'll
So with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in next week. Next week we will have another AEW 4-hour special of Summer Blockbuster, and we will also be reviewing WWE's Worlds Collide. I know it's a bit of a busy week this week. That's why we did the Money in the Bank episode first, and then we'll do Worlds Collide next week because I don't think it's like I mean it's a good show, but we'll see.
It's not
On that
mandatory.
level.
It's
Yeah.
what's free on YouTube. Like
Yeah, it's a YouTube special.
Yeah.
So anyway,
we
so
need episodes.
yeah. So tune in next week for that. And with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. And in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.